It's just another warehouse. The letters that I got, and I said, this is only my second meeting, have been negative. I haven't seen, has there been communication with the school district?
I would say there's been communication, but the school, I think, is policy, and you probably would know better than I, unless it's changed since you were there, Bob, is very hesitant to weigh in one way or the other on a project.
Well, when Unify was built, and that's why I asked that first question, they needed the pilot to move into Montgomery, and they moved to the right place after the industrial area. If they didn't have it, they wouldn't have moved to Montgomery. And the teachers' union was against them, the Valley Central, the VCTA. And we as a board decided, well, that, you know, they're gonna move in, they're gonna move someplace else if we don't give them the pilot. Well, this is now what the 6th or 7th year, and they're paying a good portion of taxes.
A lot of tax.
Yes, they are. And I thought that was a wise decision to stay out of it. Now, the school district is the biggest recipient of the taxes, and that's why I'm asking if there's any communication. Did they say yes? Oh, that's a good idea. We don't like it because we're not going to get taxes. So back to the first question: what happens if we say no?
Steve?
Yes, it's clear to us the project will not be viable if we don't do the inside.
Also, Mr. Chair, if the pilot will include an exemption of 90% or a 10% payment, that is a deviation from your UTEP policy. That will require notice to the taxing jurisdictions, including the school district, because it is a positive deviation in the sense that the approved pilot for the first 5 years on level 3 benefits is 0, and this would be a 90% exemption or a 10% payment. The school district would not have any voting approval. There would not be a public hearing for that deviation, but they will be required to get a notice of the deviation. And certainly if they respond with a negative, it's something that the board would have to consider.
So, you know, I'm asking a lot of rookie questions. It's only second meeting.
Not at all.
So 10%, is that negotiable? Why not 25%? And that's a question. I'm not trying to negotiate. That's a question that I have, among others. So,
The answer is yes, in my opinion. It's late in the process to start that, and we started at 0. The applicant agreed to the 10%. Steve?
Yeah, with all due respect, I mean, we have agreed to the 10%. It did start at 0. With all due respect to the board, and I mean it sincerely, I do think it's a little late to say, as the client has indicated, the project will not happen. I mean, there is a point. So I think we have compromised it to 10%. I think in fairness, that is where we are.
And Bob, another response to your question about the tax abatements, and it's been discussed before this board before, that there is another state avenue these applicants can go, and that's the 485B. And I fully expect that's where Medline's going. It does mean that fees that were going to come to the town of Montgomery, and you think about benefits to the town of Montgomery, they are substantial, and with Medline we're not going to get those. My understanding is they would have been in the area of $500,000. When is that fee paid, Bob?
That's paid upon the closing of the financial assistance.
So that was, in my opinion, a loss. Maybe it's an appropriate trade-off, but Medline didn't walk away from all their tax abatement options. They just went in a different direction, and the states really provided those as of right? Is that, they gotta fill out an application, and if they're a project, there's really no public debate on that.
It's really a filing with the tax assessor on the 485B of the real property tax law. So it's automatic, there's no debate, it's for 10 years.
So there are other options for applicants to consider. Any other comments, questions from the board?
Yes.
Steve?
My main concern with this, one of my main concerns, is the fact that the applicant will not release information on who the prospective tenant is. Everybody has a feeling of who this tenant would be, this leasing would be, and in my opinion, I'm not comfortable giving the richest man in the world any tax benefits. As you know, they recently purchased, if it is Amazon, Jeff Bezos, recently purchased Whole Foods and proceeded to increase the number of hours part-time employees needed to qualify for their medical benefits. I mean, and this is how they're going to treat their employees? What are they gonna do here? I mean, I wanna know who's going into that building. And for you gentlemen to sit here and say, okay, we're gonna spend $75 million and you don't have a clue, or you won't release it, that doesn't sit well. Doesn't pass the test for me.
Any other comments from the board? At this point, I would ask if anyone would care to make a motion for the approving resolution.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by John, is there a second to that motion?
Not for me.
Second.
Second by Matt. Any other discussion on the resolution? Hearing no other discussion, I would ask for a vote, starting on my right with John Masiosi,
Yes.
John Dixon,
Yes.
Ed Williams. I'm a yes.
No.
No for Bob.
No.
No for Steve. Matt?
Yes.
We have 5 yeses and 2 nays. The approving resolution is approved. Anything else we need to do on that for tonight, Bob?